I was just reading a book called Bicycling with Butterflies. My name is Elizabeth Avalos, and I just love monarch butterflies. I'm a nature girl who loves the wildlife and beauty of nature. The book I've been reading is written by a field researcher who wrote alongside the monarch butterflies from Mexico to Canada and all the way back. And this is kind of what my environmental case is all about. I chose this topic because I love monarch butterflies and don't want to lose one of nature's many treasures. I believe that nature is beautiful and that we should learn to appreciate and protect it. And this case takes place in the Mexican state of Michoacan. In 2012, a mining company called Grupo Mexico wanted to reactivate an old mine in the town of Angangeo. It would be within the same area as El Rosario, one of the most popular tourist sites to see monarch butterflies. And over 131 million US dollars have been invested to reactivate and upscale the mine to an industrial size level, which is supposed to be rich in copper, zinc, lead, and silver. According to the Observer, quote, the monarch butterfly population has decreased by over 80% throughout the past few decades, unquote. So having a mine close to an overwintering sanctuary poses several threats to the monarch butterfly's survival. EJ Atlas lists some of the environmental impacts from this mine as air pollution, soil contamination, mine tailings, which is essentially like rock or mineral waste left over from mining processes, and contamination of water sources. The devastating fact is that the mine already began construction in 2022, and it appears to have already been completed according to the El Grupo Mexico website. Prior to its construction, citizens, industrial workers, and miners did street protests asking for a reevaluation of the environment's economic value and filing for lawsuits. Even the Secretary of Environment and Natural Resources and the Federal Attorney of Environmental Protection of Mexico were government actors brought into the situation. In the book Bicycling with Butterflies, Sarah Dykman explains the complex communal land system in play. Understanding this helps to see the socioeconomic dimension particular to this environmental case. The ejidos, in particular, once received income through the timber they would chop in their communal land systems. The Mexican government later established the Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve in 1986 and later created the Monarch Fund. The Monarch Fund itself is a collection of private and government money given to the ejidos to decrease logging for profit and instead incentivize forest conservation. While this is a significant improvement in environmental justice, not only for the monarch butterflies, but to better help the communities surrounding the area of the monarch butterflies, with work being seasonal in El Rosario, the ejidos have to rotate for other people to have a chance to work, so income is not always a consistent flow. The Observer even states that the town of Angangeo was between having either a mine or ecotourism as a source of income in 2017. And the mine itself doesn't offer good job security, with workers being underpaid. Some of the impacts from this mine have been diseases or illnesses contracted from working in the mines, and on top of that, accidents. In addition, there has been displacement, land disposition, increase in violence and crime, and loss of livelihood. In the context of the ejido system, this could mean less water for families and for their communal land systems, and probably lead to food insecurity, the later listed as an environmental impact by EJ Atlas. EJ Atlas states that the response from the mine has been compensation and environmental improvement, rehabilitation/restoration of the area, though the labor disputes haven't been resolved and the environmental impacts continue. I'm shocked and sad to stumble upon a lost environmental justice case. Even though there was government participation and an effort from the community, in the end, the mining business won. This is not just a loss for monarch butterflies, but also for the Angangeo community, who could have been helped in more efficient ways. This case shows that sometimes we are too lenient with environmental laws when it comes to businesses and government, often at the cost of nature and people's livelihoods. As a result, environmental laws that try to protect nature are sometimes bent and not strictly reinforced. Businesses can promise to be environmentally responsible, and while we can only do our best, sometimes the best solution is to not have industries in vulnerable ecosystems in the first place. My favorite quote from Bicycling with Butterflies comes from a scientist named Lincoln Brower, who was asked one time why we should save monarch butterflies. He says, quote, "I've seen the Mona Lisa in Paris. What good is the Mona Lisa? It's just a painting on a piece of paper, but we revere it as part of our culture and part of our tradition. I think we need to realize that biological treasures, such as monarchs, are just as valuable as the Mona Lisa." Unquote. I believe that this means that nature in itself has an intrinsic value, and if we learn to see that and appreciate it, we will start taking care of it, and in turn, can start taking care of humanity.